Speaking of over 100 officers and systemic failure, the Minneapolis Police Department have killed another black man. Tekle Sundberg, a 20-year-old black man, was fatally shot by two snipers from the Minneapolis Police Department, Aaron Pearson and Zachary Serafine, as NPR reported. How did we get here? Let's break this down quickly. CBS writes, Wednesday night, Arabella Yarborough called 911 saying a bullet went through her wall. Moments later, a second bullet tore through her kitchen wall, and she grabbed her two young sons and hid in the bedroom, where she called police. Not long after, she ran to let officers into the building and told them to save her children. Investigators report the bullets were fired by Tekle Sundberg. Building presumably evacuated. 116 officers plus one, we'll get to that in a second, are staked out at the apartment building to arrest Tekle. At this point, it's important to point out that Tekle was adopted from Ethiopia. He was a black man, which, regardless of the scenario, the sheer presence of the Minneapolis Police Department and him as a black suspect raised the probability for fatality, because the MPD uses deadly force on black people more than they do white people. And you know how some people are like, that's your opinion. Show me the stats. Where's your information? Well, all you have to do is Google MPD racism report, and it's right there. You'll see all the information you need to know to educate yourself, and whatever needs proof that cops are racist. You're welcome. 6 hours after MPD showed up, snipers Aaron Pearson and Zachary Serafine fatally shot Tekle and killed him. Police initially reported that they let Tekle's family speak to him for him to come out unarmed, and that's not true. We're in an interview with Tekle's family with Georgia Fort. They said the police did not let them speak to Tekle or get into the building to approach him. So, 116 officers plus that one. That one was Zachary Serafine, who took the shot and killed Tekle, but somehow wasn't in the initial reported lineup of officers attending. If over 100 officers with the quarter of a day on their hands can't bring out a black man suffering from a mental health crisis alive, regardless of what happened, then perhaps they should just start responding to scenarios involving black people like they would white people, and maybe the use of deadly force would decrease, because that's what the stats say. Also to note, of the 117 officers that showed up to the call about Tekle, 29 of those officers had no known complaints, and 5 were killer cops who had already actively participated in the killing of someone. Now, I don't know about you, but when I look at a company and 75% of the employees have complaints and 5 of them have killed people, I file that under a 0-star review section in Yelp, which is what Mayor Jacob Fry would call work in progress. And we're taking all the steps legally to figure this out with the BCA, so we can have cops investigate cops and figure out yet again why the MPD killed another person of color. Thank you. I'm going to be leaving this press conference. No questions.